Welcome to Patrick Roberts, Our New Timeline.
Hey guys, happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Independence Day. Was it a lie? Could that have been all a lie too? Oh, there's so much going on right now. I don't know if you guys heard anything about they want to start making mandatory vaccines by September. Mandatory vaccines. You're still not going to get that thing in my arm. So we'll be able to make it where we won't be able to go in any place. If they make it mandatory, then they have the right to pull all these rights that you have to drive, to work, to buy, to grocery shop, buy gas. Anywhere you go, you're gonna have to pay. Oh, boy, everybody must be knocked out. Must be a rough night for everybody tonight. I'll tell you, of course, if people seen my set time, which wasn't until 11:30, so you guys probably weren't expecting me for a while, but I surprised you. I surprised y'all, and I got on here. I just have starting to get into TikTok a little bit, and I put my first video out, and my TikTok thing is like the name is at Our New Timeline, and I come across this cop today who was a guy was getting beat up, and he didn't want to. He pulled his face mask up over his eyes, so he was pretending like he wasn't seeing anything. So, okay, so he's got a live going, and I go into his live, and he's not in uniform this time. And so I write him, and I said, so if they make the jab, I put the you know what, but if they make it mandatory, are you going to stand? Is the everyday, or how do I put it? Are you, as a peace officer, going to say no on forcing this mandatory jab? And within about 30 to 40 seconds or more, I was blocked. He blocked me. So there's your answer, right? He blocked me because he knows something. They know something. They know something's coming down. They put just the right, they got these guys so desensitized. Hey, Cammy. Happy 4th of July to you, too. How are you doing, Cammy? Cammy, why don't you come? Why don't you come and play? Come and talk to me. There's the ours was 3 days ago. Oh, yeah. What were you breaking from independent from the Canadian? You guys are still on. You guys are still ruled by the Queen, so you didn't break. How are you?
Yes and no, we used to be ruled by the Queen. Now we just use her money, apparently.
Oh, I thought she still made the.
Queen Magdalene,
made the
they
law.
toppled the statue.
Yeah,
Queen
made the.
Victoria statue or something like that got yanked over because of all the shit that's going down. Because you guys have the Stirring the Black Lives Matter pot to get your racism going up here in Canada. They're reminding everybody about the Catholic schools that used to take kids in from anybody they didn't deem right, including, of course, lots of Native Americans. And they weren't notoriously nice to children of people they thought were savages. And that would be anybody who wasn't Catholic. It didn't happen to just be natives, but there were natives considered to be a large portion. But like, anybody, they did the same thing to Irish, but everybody's forgetting and we're pinpointing. But they're stirring the native pot up here. And they're exhuming bodies and going, look at all the dead children. But this is something they brought up 30 years ago.
Wow.
But now they're re-stirring that same pot to get everybody mad again up here. So you guys have the stirring the colored pot, and we're stirring the native pot. And they're trying to just whatever. And I'm sure if we went over to all the other places, they'd be stirring their local shit up, whatever it is, that just to cause unrest, keep us all divided. Because we were uniting too much, so they're doing a lot of division. But and the more you see them doing that, the more scared they are.
They're trying to keep us divided as they beat us down. And,
There's no forced mask here anymore. It's recommended to wear the mask, but they're not going to force you to wear the mask.
Right.
So, just a couple days ago, lifted July 1st for Canada Day. And if all goes well, then we get to open up fully on the 15th.
I get so surprised over the people that when you tell them, you can say no to wearing that mask, and they look so surprised, like, how dare you?
The people who don't want to wear it are so happy. Since July 1st, I've had to work pretty much almost all of it. Since July 1st, I've had people that come in and I'm not wearing a mask and they're like, do we have to wear a mask? And I go, you don't have to. And yay, they do a celebratory dance and toss it in the street. That's great. I've been the bearer of good news in the last little bit, right? That they don't have to wear it. I tell them they can. I'm like, if you feel safer with the mask, by all means wear it. But if you don't want to wear it, you don't have to. And so far, maybe 40% of the population is going to voluntarily wear the mask.
I didn't wear a mask.
But it's less than half.
I had to put a Kleenex.
I usurped it because I immediately, first of all, bought Algo's medically exempt t-shirt. But I've been declaring medical exemption since this fucking thing started, which I technically am. I could go in and have it proven, but I don't think I should have to because nobody needs to know my medical record.
Right.
But I can because I had a doctor damn well mutate a virus in my chest like 10 years ago. He gave me permanent asthma and took out 1/3 of my lungs. And then told me to quit smoking. And see how well I listen. But
it's been hot
I
here.
could probably sued him, but I'm not a sewer. I mean, it's not in my nature to go after and ruin somebody.
Has it been really
even
hot?
if I have good just cause?
Has it been really hot there?
Fuck, we hit their official numbers said 46 here. My thermometer said hotter than that. It was 46 in the shade. And that was 5 degrees off of like the hottest temperature in the United States you guys have ever had, and we've never had that here.
Is
So
your
our trees are
temperature reading
suffering.
a little off? Is your temperature reading a little off? Like, do
No,
you guys
it's
read it?
Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. So for us to switch over, like for you guys, the hottest temperature that you guys have recorded was like 56.6 unofficially and 54 point something, both in Death Valley. Those converted over to Fahrenheit were the really big numbers you guys had. We hit 5 Celsius below that here, way up here in Canada. And Lytton, which is burnt down,
Now, why are
because we
you
had
going?
3 temperatures in a row that broke records. They got to 49, which was why we got that close.
Why are
And
you going Celsius?
because we're in Canada.
Okay.
Canadians use Celsius and kilometers. Only the United States uses your system.
So
Nobody else in the world does.
what is 46 then? I know you says or 56.
Well, I will get the actual converter out here so I can actually, because I don't want to go out and read my thermometer again.
Wow, I didn't know that you guys had that. I mean, I know your temperatures are obviously different.
Yeah, Celsius. Right.
So the United States is the only ones that read it that way? Or read it?
You guys are the only ones. We had 120 Fahrenheit, 120.2.
Right.
So we've never been that hot here. Like if we reach 100 degrees Fahrenheit, we cry. So to get to 120 and it stayed with no wind for 4 days.
I'm crying right now and it's like around 90.
But like you get people from like Arizona and places in the desert areas that are like, oh, we get that all the time. I'm like, yeah, but we didn't subscribe to Arizona. This is Canada. We get snow. Like our snowpack is almost gone. I took a picture of it. It's at where it usually is at the end of summer now. Hi, Rick.
USA and United Special Assholes. You know,
so, but everybody, well, not everybody, but a good percentage of up here is so ready to open up. Some places are doing it now. Some are a little sketchy. You get people all over the map. They're still pushing the vax. I shared on my Twitter.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Video of, now she was a pediatric dentist and the other lady was just 2 professional people. Both of them were pro-vax. Went out, one let her 3 kids do the kid trial thing in the United States and the other lady went and got it. Both of them have like severe side effects. Both of them have been written off amongst many others, but they were really well spoken people that actually spoke in front of a panel, a medical panel or a something panel, to talk about how they're not being treated properly and why aren't you guys investigating why this isn't working. We're not saying we're against the vaccinations. What we're saying is, why is it when your vaccination has adverse side effects, are you not researching what went wrong so you can fix it? Even you've written it off and said it's mental conditions and that it's, you need to go into psychiatric help, and they're not even listening to them. And one is her 13-year-old daughter who's now in a wheelchair and with a feeding tube, and they're saying it's in her mind.
You need to hear what, besides them killing everybody, I believe the hospitals are becoming killing fields.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this. The government,
I'm not scared for myself, but I'm scared for people.
Listen to this. The United States government is offering farmers $3,800 an acre to destroy it. Mm-hmm. To destroy it. And if they refuse and they bring their crop to harvest, then they lose 35 cents per pound. They lose 35 cents per pound if they decide.
If they sell it to government people, or they could go grassroots and say, fuck the government and sell directly to the people in charge and make money having a sale. Because they don't need to have the prices near as high to make more profit than what they were going to make selling it to the government anyway. Right. Sell direct. what our cattle farms did.
Hello,
What one of them
everybody.
did here. Hello.
Welcome, Rick.
Hello. Yeah, but
How you doing?
Tammy, I guarantee you, I'm sorry to Pat to talk over you, but what I was gonna say is, if they try to plant their crops and they're seeing that they're planting their crops, I'm sure the government will come in themselves and destroy their crops. Like they're destroying these farmlands already with like the cattle,
They're
like the
trying
meat
so
farms.
hard.
You know,
Hey, also
it's
tonight,
ridiculous.
about 3 hours before the fireworks started, about 3-4 hours before the fireworks started, a fucking jet buzzed our town. I mean, it was so fucking loud. The fucking
Really?
was shaking. And I
Wow.
got,
Look what they did to my blue
I
sky.
started getting texts from all my friends across town. They're like, "Did you hear that fucking jet go over?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Right.
fucking." I'm like, "What in the fuck is he doing flying that low?" I thought he was gonna crash.
I made a Facebook video today. I went live at my park because they didn't open my park today. Where I go every day, they didn't open it on the 4th of July. It's been 50 years. It's never been closed. Now, the reason they closed it is that someone, I don't know why, this has never happened either of all 50 years of living here, but they pulled a barge up right out in front of right where Pleasant Hill's at. And we had an actual fireworks show off of a barge out in front, like down in the Northeast. It was like, it's never happened like this before. If you want to see fireworks, you go down Penn's Landing. Like that's where the fireworks display is. And we actually had a fireworks display up here in the Northeast that was like done. I don't know
They
who
may be
paid
they
for
may
it.
be picking places that new places that have fireworks because last year a lot of United States towns and stuff didn't have the fireworks. So now they bought this year's fireworks and they probably passed the other ones on to either another town or they used them. I think our town used them because we usually only get a good 5 minute, 6 minute straight fireworks show.
Right,
Tonight,
that's what this was. It didn't even last 10 minutes.
tonight ours lasted 16 minutes.
Wow.
I
Wow.
feel bad for you guys. You have better fireworks, maybe, but ours go off for shit. I think the last time we had them anyway, I think it was a 20-minute show to music.
Right. Well, no, if you go down Penn's Landing in Philadelphia, that's what you get. There's a concert down there. They have like this Wawa throws a thing. It's called Welcome America, and like a bunch of people come to Philadelphia for just
Close enough to downtown.
and-
I go up from the 3rd floor and I can hear the music and see the fireworks. I don't have to go anywhere.
Right. Right.
Hey, Catherine,
That's
welcome.
down Penn's Penn's Landing. It's nice, but. Oh, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Like 8 o'clock in the morning, there's cop cars down at the entrance with their lights on, sending all the boats away and all the wave runners. They had to go elsewhere because they weren't letting no cars down the park where I go. But they would let people walk down with coolers and barbecues and shit like that. But they wouldn't let no cars down there. I mean, no sense.
Hey,
Now, I don't know
about-
if you're going to get to see this, but tell me if you can see the downed tree over there. That was my mystery today when I came home.
The
You see
down
way over
what?
there? There's the hedge that's right across from here. Somebody has knocked one
Right.
of the trees down and it's lying in my driveway over there on the ground.
Oh,
No
okay.
idea why it wasn't there when I went to work. It's there when I came home.
okay, you can show us again.
30 feet tall or better, at least.
Yeah, I see it laying in the street there. Yeah.
We don't know what happened to it, but that's
Now,
where
what is it cut? Is it cut? Is it a fresh cut or is it like broke?
it snapped near the bottom, but It's just looks like somebody was really mean to it because it's only like a around at the bottom. And it looks like somebody just snapped it and broke it. Don't know why. Don't know.
Hey,
Now
about a
that's
couple.
hard. Maybe they
Well,
ran it over with a car.
Well, that was my thought, but they're parked like right next to each other, so a whole bunch of them would be hitting down then, and that's the only one, and it's in the middle and snapped.
A couple days ago, did you? Usually, I try to get the sun coming up, and I got this the other day, and this is like fucking. The sun was like almost a pinkish red. If you guys can see it right there.
Yeah, it's not really. I can we can kind
can
of see
barely
it,
see
yeah,
it,
but we
I'm
can't.
gonna blow it up. I'm gonna blow it up for you.
Can you see the color in it, Pat? Like, because phones
Yeah.
normally don't do the justice.
Yeah, no. It definitely doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you can see the pink, then it was much pinker.
Oh,
It's
wow.
from smoke. Yay!
Somewhat.
You have fires.
No, I don't believe in that. If we got fires over in Arizona or Colorado, we're not gonna get the sun to get different colors. You know.
You are if it's mixing with the sand from the Sahara Desert and then the Icelandic volcano that's going up north, and it's all mixing together, and there's not enough space now for anything to breathe up there, and so I think they're letting all that go to help hold in the heat to create their global warming.
Global warming.
Well, they got to do something because nobody's buying it until they actually make it warmer.
Well,
What
no, it's not global warming no more. It's climate change. Because they don't know if it's getting colder or warmer, so they say climate
that's
change.
why it's kind of an oxymoron term. It's colder winters, warmer summers,
Right,
and whatever they're spraying is actually causing it. But
it's fictitious, you know.
sorry,
it's
Pat,
not
that'll
real.
probably get in trouble just saying that. So I apologize in advance for saying that. I don't have any authority on Pat's channel. Don't punish him for my words.
I didn't even hear what you said. No.
I made the maybe suggestion that maybe the crap they keep covering the sky with might not be helping. So I said, don't punish you for that.
You mean them
that was
clouds?
my opinion only.
Them
Yeah, all the
clouds?
clouds that I was showing you that I don't believe are anything,
The
even remotely close to clouds.
What's wrong with the clouds? You know, there's 23 different types of
Plain
clouds
clouds,
now.
yeah.
You know that,
That's
right?
what I'm going to call them now, just the plain clouds.
I like how they tried to cover it up and said they were contrails.
Contrails, and then solar remediation. That's their official term for it now, is solar remediation. If you want anybody to believe you, first you have to get them to actually understand it's a real thing. And then I send them to go watch Frankenskies, because that'll actually show them what they can do. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but you should really watch that if you haven't. It's on YouTube. It shows it in chronological order, and it shows all the military documentation, because the military put out happy documents and documentaries all about it because they were so proud of themselves. So
they were controlling the monsoons in Vietnam, supposedly.
42 extra days of rain so that they could end the war early. Yes, and they admit to that, and that's in their official books. It's just like when you want to remind them that they're controlling the weather, you say, well, didn't they make it rain on the Cape Horn of Africa? Remember that? They were so proud of that. It was all over the news after 15 years of no rain.
But yet, you know, if there's a drought in California and we got, you know, wildfires, we can't make it rain then.
Here's the thing. I keep reminding everybody here because they won't do it.
Yeah, because it's the right thing to do. That's why they won't freaking do it.
10 companies here in my province. I don't know about down there because I haven't researched the United States, but just here in my province, there is 10 companies that you can pay to seed the sky to make it rain. They use their for farmers. But I'm sure anybody who comes up with the money can get them to do it.
Right. Well, right.
So my recommendation is next time there's a big fire, maybe we should all get together, pool some money, and pay them to make it rain.
Well, the city of California, they don't have no money. They can't pay nobody to see.
No, but they've got rich celebrities living in
I'm-
California, if you had a
yeah.
few people with some money actually pay for private,
Those
and
big
then what you do is you send the bill afterwards when the fire's out to your state or your province and say, here, I helped.
Well, okay. Basically, what I was getting at is everybody should be prepared for the food shortage coming up. We're definitely going to fucking
Find
hit
a
it.
garden for
Yes,
years.
we are. Listen,
Be
I'm gonna drop out for like
prepared.
10 minutes. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Hi,
All
Red.
right, I'm gonna drop out for a little bit. I'll be right back.
Right. Be prepared. Food shortage coming real quick.
By winter,
What,
it's going to be really rough.
what do you think of that collapse there in Florida? That building, that apartment building collapsing. Do you think that was false flag or?
Well, I don't think we should be calling them false flags because people think when we say those terms, especially false flag, they think it did nothing happened, that we think nothing happened. Well, we know something happened. It's just,
Right.
it's a planned exercise.
Right.
But it
Right.
happened, just not exactly how they tell us it happened. It's just like when they do all the whatever shootings and whatnot. Yeah, they hire actors. I don't think some of the actors know they're going to get shot. But they hire people.
What do you think?
That building, I think, is gentrification. Anything along the coast, when they're moving people from the coastlines, they look at the maps. They want to clear the coast and they want you out. And when they destroy the buildings, you won't get a permit to rebuild there unless it's going to be for rich and fancy. That's what will go up and you won't be able to afford it. They're doing it here.
Mm.
Just across the street from me, they got a new building going up. They just ate somebody's backyard up to do it.
Well, did you hear anything about supposedly this woman died and then she shows up somewhere down the line that as an interviewee? You know, the
I didn't
interview.
hear about it, but it doesn't shock me because I've seen the same child die in 5 different countries and they have them on posters for 5 different events. And it's the same kid. So does it shock me? Absolutely not. They only can get so many people to actually play along with that level of evil. So that's why
Right.
they're recycling actors, because as much as a lot of people maybe don't have a lot of care to do anything about it, they wouldn't actively participate against us. So that group's small. So that's why you're seeing a lot of repeat offenders. Never mind the population's not what they're saying it is. So the limited pool.
Oh yeah. I want everybody to know my fucking Facebook, you guys remember. My Facebook was hacked. So I do not have control of it. I do not have control of what goes on there anymore. Whoever's got control of it has been posting shit, some stupid fucking shit on there. And they changed my fucking photo.
Have you contacted Facebook yet?
Yeah, they won't do a fucking thing. I contacted them a bunch of times. And I had a bunch of people contact them. They won't fucking do anything. Until that page does something wrong, they can't do anything.
Oh, have you ever thought about making them do something wrong?
I don't have control of it. How am I supposed to take control of
You
it?
just visit it and talk to them under the guise of a different person and get them to do something wrong.
So then I gotta set up a whole new fucking Facebook account and
Or you get some friends that are willing to waste some time to go harass him until he does something wrong and get you some proof.
but I see people still reacting to the stuff he's
I
putting
don't
up,
have Facebook or I'd help you, but
and all my friends are reacting to this shit, and it's not even fucking me. That's what pisses me off. If I would love to catch some fucking nerd.
I couldn't even tell you if mine's hacked or not. I know a lot of people look for me on there and I'm not active, so they're not getting me. So they end up messaging my sister trying to get a hold of me. Because she's active all over all the different things. And I could care less for the most part about all that stuff. Like, I have a hard time wanting to go through most of the things, like, other than YouTube I'll watch just because it's sort of like my TV. So you click on it. I will visit Twitter, I think, once a day to clear all the thingies, but I don't actually scroll through any of it unless somebody's messaged me. I'm not looking.
Yeah, no. I
Posted
seen
some
that.
pictures.
I seen that big bomb prelim. That big bomb go off. So it happened again today. That big bomb in the ocean. Did you see that?
No, I haven't got news. So I got home and you were on, so I clicked on. So I haven't
Yeah,
actually
I
anything.
caught a little bit of it, but I didn't hear what it was, where it was. I just seen it without. It was like without sound, you know, because I wasn't. Where the fuck did it show it at? I don't remember where.
Now, which bomb are we talking about? Are we talking about the police one? Where they were going to go get some explosives and fireworks, and then they found a bomb, and then they accidentally set off that bomb and hurt a whole bunch of police.
No, I'm not talking
No,
about that one. I didn't
that's
even
the
know.
only bomb I've heard of recently.
Yeah, no, it's not that one. I haven't heard of that one.
I was shocked that the bomb squad managed to set off a bomb by accident. I'm like, somebody didn't follow training.
No, cut the red cord. Not the pink one. Both not even close to each other. It happened on two separate oil rigs. Oh, it was the oil rigs. Oh, wow. That's right.
Well, the price of gas has to go up too if we're going to crash the economy.
No,
We have
yeah,
to
no
cost everything.
shit.
So food, gas.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess we're going to have a hydro shortage next, and our connection on the internet and all communication will go down. That's what will do it. They'll do the trifecta of just snowball it in and watch everybody panic and riot and kill each other. Because we're almost at a state where people will right now. And I think we'd best probably tuck and hide and let the majority of them sort of do their thing, and then we can come out and be some sort of sanity and start showing people that, no, you can actually survive without all that crap. Those were bonuses. I'd actually prefer to.
No, I'm not. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's actually a lot of the my old friends that are like not paying attention, that keep following my old site, even though I told them that it was down. No, you're right. I mean, I really don't give a shit that much. It just amazes me that people don't understand, but I didn't realize, when I think about it, it is like 99% old friends that are not part of this community at all. They don't know what the fuck's going on. And they keep, no matter how many times you tell them, they keep doing the same fucking thing. Like putting a mask on. Why are you doing that? I don't get it.
Because it's easier to comply than to fight back. Most people are with the path of least resistance, and they figure it's just a mask. I will push back when there's something more. And I talk to a lot of people, and that's that the fight is going to be drawing the line at when they say mandatory vax.
Yeah, that is one of my biggest worries, because I've seen him contacting even you guys as friends, contacting you guys, trying to bait you in. Well, I know you're all probably smarter than me. I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking that morning. I must have NPC'd out. Or NPC'd in. I was
going to say, anybody of your friends who's falling for him don't know you very well, because most of them should know that you wouldn't talk the way he does.
What? What did you say?
The scammer said any of your friends who are falling for him being you don't know you very well, because he doesn't speak like you.
That's true. Like how I got pulled in You know, I really didn't know her that well. It's like you trust everybody in the truth community. I do, you know. And he got control of her.
I do and don't. I would not like randomly donate to anybody who wanted me to join a pyramid scheme. It doesn't matter how much I love you guys. I'm sorry, but if you contacted me and wanted me to join and sell your product, and then I'll get some profits if I just get 10. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I love
No,
you.
I get you. No, I understand.
But like, you know, that doesn't mean I've not been suckered. It's just one of those things where if I've been suckered, I've sat and weighed the options and thought, well, you know, they want to borrow $40. They're saying it's for X. It might be for Y. I was willing to give it to them knowing that it could be for Y and whatnot. And there was only a 50-50 shot just because I also knew that I was prepared to lose $40 and never get it back. That was the other thing. I don't ever lend or give anything thinking I'm going to get it back. If I do, great. Awesome.
Oh.
But that way I'm not if they don't give it back.
And I want you guys to know that I am not Muslim. I have not turned militant. This is one. This is one of them cooling. You get it wet, and it's like a cooling cap.
I thought you joined the French Berets.
It's a cooling cap.
You joined the French military berets up here.
Yeah.
That's what the French guys wear in their military uniform.
Yeah.
Mostly.
It's one of them cooling caps, which I mean, it's not doing anything special, you know. It's like get it wet with cold water. It's supposed to last 2 hours. Well, really, anything pretty much like a towel will do the same damn thing.
Freeze it.
Yeah, that's a good
Put
idea.
it in for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't say I should get it really wet and freeze the damn thing.
Don't freeze it too long or you'll never get it on, but just for a few, just so that it just starts getting solid and it'll feel good.
Yeah, freeze my brain. Woo!
On hot days, it feels so good.
Shock it out of here. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
It doesn't stay frozen long, but it does feel good and cold for a while. And any wind that touches it will help you re-cool.
I've been drinking a lot of fucking water. It's been so fucking hot here.
I got cankles. I had to laugh about it. I took pictures and sent it to Brenda and a few other people. Because what else can you do? In the heat wave, I didn't know I was that heat sensitive. They swelled right up. It was great.
Yeah.
Now I know I can't go to the tropics. If I ever win the lotto, I cannot go live somewhere tropical because I will swell up like a balloon.
Say hi.
Oh.
This is Rashley's dog. I'm babysitting for like about 5 days. She'll be back in a couple days. Yeah, she went to Florida to visit her family. Try to take care of a little.
I thought you were going to say
here.
Look for family members in that building. I'm like, no, she doesn't know somebody down there, does she?
Yeah.
How many people survived that anyway?
What?
The building collapsed down there. Anybody survive? Yeah.
Yeah. That collapsed before she even went down there. I think. Yeah. Yeah, it collapsed way before she went down there. Hey, I'll go. Prelume, Catherine, Crunchy B, Chappelle. Oh man, did you see Chappelle's place today? She put a video out. Oh my god, that her place is like her backyard and everything. Beautiful. She's got it like seaside with all the pirate ship and everything. awesome. And the sounds and everything. I love the ocean sound. I'll go right to sleep with the ocean sound.
I live like a 10-minute walk from the ocean, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh wow, that would be nice. Even the smell of the ocean.
Well, it's usually why we're not so hot. That's why this heat wave nailed us, because we got that warm at the ocean. We were
Mhm.
like, what the frack? This never happens.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's where I'm going to spend the rest of my days.
Oh,
I'm going to
I
spend it in
and
the.
they're trying to clear the coast, remember, which I'm on the coast, so I'm one of those people they're going to be trying to clear, and I don't think they understand how stubborn I am.
Hey, welcome, Joner. Hey, Joner. Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer.
Happy 4th
Welcome,
of July to
guys.
anybody who's in America.
Live from Canada, Miss Cammy B. I don't know where the B came from. I was just
I'm
B.
going, see what?
Be good.
Oh, you're the second person today to tell me to be good. Quit killing my fun.
Be very good. Don't be naughty.
I was at work and somebody told me to be good, and I'm like, do I have to? Like,
Uh,
my fun. Like I can be anything else at work. It's been kind of nice. Tomorrow we go back to normal, but my boss has been on vacay. She took some mental time off because she's not doing well with all the crap that's been going on lately. It's been getting to her because her grandbaby's in Australia and she hasn't been able to get to Australia since this all started.
oh
That's
wow.
getting, and so with her birthday was today, so she took 4 days off to go camping, and I just found out today where she went and what was all up and everything. I didn't know for the first whatever. I just saw that all of a sudden she was gone. And I'm going like, I didn't know she was going. But I guess the head boss came down and sent her on her way. Gave her some time off, and so she's going to come back tomorrow. But it's been lovely because while he was on shift, we convinced him not to make masks mandatory after they lifted the mandatory thing, and then there was this thing where employers were going to make you wear them anyway. And as much as I'm exempt, I'm still fighting for all of everybody else in the store. And so I talked to everybody and said, well, we've heard that this is what everybody's saying, but has anybody actually asked him what he thinks about it? So I sent our assistant manager to go actually ask him what he thinks about it. And by the end of it, he came back with, well, you can wear them if you feel safer with them, but you don't have to. And the moment he said you don't have to, everybody ripped them.
Hey, thanks, Algo. I appreciate that. Algo said he liked the video of my town, me driving through my town in my little ramp today.
You hosted that, but you were also going live, and I'm going, I gotta go pick one. So I haven't watched anybody's videos yet. I just came here.
I also posted one just before I went live. I posted one about our fireworks. Posted it, and I was getting eaten up by mosquitoes. Oh my god, they were so. I never seen them so bad. I was like, I was just getting tore up.
Mm-hmm. They are attacking even through citronella candles and all the usual things that repel them, peppermint oils, and I'm like, what? So I don't know if these are those genetically modified ones they've been releasing.
I don't know, but they were biting hard, and there was like so many of them. I look at my hand, and there just be so many that they were even on my phone. They're like all over my phone, and I went to jump in the car, and they're like the car was just full of them. I shouldn't have left my window down. Yeah, I left my window down, but as soon as I turned the air on, blast. They were like, "Woo, out of here."
Yeah, they don't like the wind.
They don't like cold air either.
No, cold air and really windy are two things they don't like, they'll ground themselves in the wind.
Chappelle, I hear you. I'm waiting for two of my boys to get home. Two are watching a movie, and my other two went to a cookout. Shit, just bumped up on me. Went on a cookout with their dad. I haven't subscribed. Haven't checked your video out yet today. Had to work. Elbow said apple cider vinegar rub on and stops the itch and inflame. Yeah, no, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I have to go buy some. I don't even have any. By the time I go get some,
You can use it for the other stuff too.
What's that?
So remember to get the organic stuff with the mother so you can use it for everything else too. If you have a hard time finding it, I know I can find it online. I know it's a horrible way to buy, but to get something from me to you, it's easier to do it online through stuff in your area.
Isn't Bragg's all natural? Isn't Bragg's all natural?
Probably. I don't get that brand up here. I'm in Canada, remember?
Yeah, I think
everything changes up here.
Are.
But yeah, last time we were on, I think that's what you guys had settled on, is that it was. So as long as it has the word organic in it, it probably will. You might not be able to see through the bottle because most organic stuff comes in a non-see-through bottle. That's to keep the mother safe.
The mother is what, white or yellow?
Oh, it's pink. It looks like a pink slimy thing on the bottom of the vinegar.
Okay.
It's a live active bacterial culture that has all the good ingredients you need. It's sort of like the same as what you'd get at a kombucha and whatnot. That would have a slimy thing in it too. It's one of those things.
Yeah. Yeah, because the pills, I've been taking pills for a while now. Cider apple vinegar, and they don't do jack shit.
If they're giving you organic ones, then they wouldn't. Well, they do some things, just not as much things.
I think I bought them for like $5 or $6 for the bottle at Walmart. So they're probably not even what they say. Walmart's fucking its own
pretty much a shop there, though. They're the monopoly that was the only thing open for the longest time in places.
Yeah.
That and the dollar store.
Yeah, that's the only thing they would allow open. But if people would have stood up, and said, you know what, I'm keeping my place open.
Or even thought outside the box. Everybody who has a store, you can still run your store. You're just not allowed to have customers in. So you have online sales and delivery or shipping. Or a lot of people gave up way too soon. Didn't think at all.
Yeah, you're right.
They wanted the payout. But we're a lazy society now, but they've made that with their education system. They've not taught anybody any of the skills they really needed to do anything. I mean, we get taught a lot of things in school, a lot of history and a lot of stuff, which really doesn't matter in your day-to-day life. But like, you didn't get taught how to do your taxes.
Right.
They don't really go about comprehensively teaching you how to parent or how to vote properly and how to decide and how to make rational decisions.
Everything they do teach is all a lie.
How to help your friend with mental health problems.
All a fucking lie.
And almost everybody comes across these things in their life, just living. And you haven't taught any of this stuff. It should be basic by high school.
I wanted to say, hey, Algo, I did listen to your show with Smurfer Girl, and I was asked a question a while back about that idea, the thought of that, and the more I think about it, the more I think that it could very well be true that Jesus Christ has already been here. and reigned his 1,000 years, and now the devil is out having a field day with Little Caesar, or Little Caesar. Sorry, Little Caesar, right? Yeah, Little, and I don't know, just something just automatically connected with me with that, and I guess now I would love to hear the rest of what Smurfer Girl had to say about that. Does my sound bad? I worked, but it was good things. It resonated hard with me too. Because I think we are the ones that are waiting for him to come back again. And I believe that this is just another test. I would like to really hear. I know that Smurfer Girl is going to go even deeper with this, and I would love to hear the rest of it. I don't know. Have you heard any part of what I'm talking about that Smurfer Girl's been talking about? Cammy?
Yeah, I was muted. I had to unmute myself. Yeah, I heard her when she was on here with Elgo. I did not get to watch the stream yet, so I can't give you any of my take on what they said because I haven't heard it yet, but I already heard it before, and it is quite a sound, plausible, working theory to go on. My question is, does it really change how we act, though? Because we should be loving all the way through and doing what we're supposed to be doing anyway, regardless of what time in the timeline we're in.
Right.
We still need to be doing the same things and achieving our goals and not wavering from the path, and knowing, however, will give you some sanity when you see and have to deal with all the craziness going on, because it is absolutely ridiculously crazy right now. So it totally fits. I just don't see it changing my response.
You just keep talking. You just keep talking. I'll be right back. I'm a bit scratchy here.
Oh yeah, you've been like speeding up and slowing down and whatnot. What should I talk about?
You can call a chat out.
Well, I would if I could see the chat. Hi, everybody in chat. I know you're mostly all there. I wish I could actually see the chat, but I didn't bring my phone with me, and this thing kicks me out of here every time I try and come back from chat. So I don't want to try it on this thing. The sky is mostly clearing up, so I have no idea why all the planes clouded up my sky today a little bit. But we will see what the next weather system brings, I guess. Hopefully not another hot one, which they have threatened us with. Luckily, I have an air conditioner, so as long as they don't take out the power for it, I'll be good. Welcome back, Pat. I would have totally called out the chat if I could see the chat.
So the newest member is Oreo, and Jennifer Chappelle, Elgo, Catherine.
I'm totally going to have to take you guys into the kitchen, though, so I'm muting myself. You go on.
Sharky. Jennifer Chappelle, Elgo, Jennifer Chappelle, Jennifer Sharky. Catherine. Crunchy Bee. I don't know where Rick went. Joner. I don't know where Prelim went. They just not talking right now.
Rick said he was going to be back in
did you
about
guys?
10 minutes.
Well, did you guys happen to check out my TikTok video? That's right. I showed it on here. I'm gonna make another one. I almost made another one today, and it was gonna be like kind of a rant, like I ranted on YouTube. You know, you see all these people making these damn fucking TikTok videos, doing all this and trying to get everybody synchronized. Teach them the Second Amendment, the First Amendment. Teach them, you know, ethics, empathy. Teach them how to work. Teach them how to love one another. Take the time to go visit the old person down the street and help them out with something. I mean, people are so into themselves. They just love themselves. I mean, we definitely don't have to worry about depression in this day and age. I mean, how can they get depressed when they're so in love with each other, with themselves?
Well, they can because they're never going to be fulfilled, but they're educated that way.
Right.
They started it a while ago. I noticed it in the job hunting club I went to. Shit, my son was 5, so 21 years ago, I noticed it. They were educating people when they were looking for a job to be very self-centered, how to lie, how to sell yourself even if you're a scuzzbag. Actively, I went to an actual I ended up leaving the club because I couldn't take it. I needed it for some aid that I needed for my kid, and they told me I had to go to this job finding club, and I skipped it and actually found a job because they would make you go in at 9 o'clock every morning and stay until 3 o'clock every afternoon, and then from 3 to 5 you're supposed to go look for a job. The only jobs I've ever gotten were the ones I applied for at 9 o'clock in the morning when the store is open, because they want to know you're punctual.
Oh shit! You know, I'm
So
I'm gonna take fucking Benadryl for this itchy. So hopefully it doesn't put me to sleep. Benadryl should work, right? Huh?
it should, in theory. It's an anti-inflammatory.
If I fall asleep in the next half
You
hour,
won't like how I deal with them. I just scratch them until they sting, and then they go away. It's not the prettiest thing to do, but it makes it stop the fastest. But I have eczema and psoriasis, and I don't like itchy skin, so it just drives me nuts. So I don't care. I'd rather the pain than the itch.
yeah, I got psoriasis too.
People think I'm crazy because I will rip my psoriasis scales off with tape because I don't want them on. And then I treat underneath, and then it goes away right away. And they're like, "What do you mean you have psoriasis?" No, you don't. And then I start showing them the scaly patches that are. They're like, "Oh, it's not what
Oh
they say."
shit! I gotta
That's
go
for
get.
getting vaxxed as a kid.
Yeah, I
Sorry, you get
agree.
me in trouble again.
I totally agree. I gotta run out to the living room real quick. So, Cammy, can you like talk to the audience for a
I
couple?
will try. I'm going to click on your live stream on my computer so I can see the chat. Then at least I can interact with them.
Okay, because I just need it. It's only going to take me about a minute. Ergo says that's all right, man.
Benadryl. It's Benadryl. If it takes you long to take Benadryl, there's something wrong.
No,
But
I
don't
only got.
ignore the puppy.
I only had 2 left in the bottle, and I remember I put some in the living room.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm an old man trying to get up.
Oh, yes. Hopefully somebody joins. Because I'm going to have to go mute for a little bit here soon because I got to make my dinner. Hi, Dog Michael. And finally see everybody. Yay. Sort of lackluster here lately. Not too much new to report other than we're finally officially starting to open up, which just means enough suckers have taken the jab, which is sad.
That wasn't too long, yeah.
No, I figured it wouldn't take too long for you to.
Because the living room's just right there.
Well, I hope so, because otherwise you're renting a mansion.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And then if so, we're all coming to crash. Sleep over at Pat's house.
Yeah. Y'all like sleeping on the floor, do you?
Well, I don't know about everybody else, but I have a queen size velour air mattress with a pump. So I don't have to sleep on the floor.
Yeah, Kathy. Jennifer says, what are you making for dinner?
I've got breaded pork cutlets with cream mushroom soup over the top, baking in the oven, and then I'm gonna have yellow potatoes, broccoli, and carrots.
Yeah, hey, welcome, Doc Michael. I did put the, did I put the, what do you call it? That long coated thing. I forget. Oh, the link.
The long coated thing, your link?
Yeah, link. I had a brain fart there. I'm getting enough water, eh?
Oh, I think I had enough water. I had cankles. My body was retaining lots of water.
Oh, really? That's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. It was so bad. And I had to work on them. So I'd get the water out of them overnight, and then I'd go have to stand on my feet all day again. And by the end of the day, they'd balloon back up. Finally, I've gotten them to a point where they shrunk down enough that I could get them in my Skechers, which are really tight. And they kept the water from being able to settle in them today. At home, my feet weren't swollen. I'm like, yay.
I went over to a friend's house for a cookout and watched the fireworks. And I got over there, and she's like, do you want to go sit in the hot tub? And I said, fuck no. Are you kidding me? It's fucking 90 degrees out. I'm not sitting in no fucking hot
You want to
tub.
go get hotter?
Yeah. You want to see me fucking croak in like 5 minutes?
We were taking trips into the produce cooler to cool off. That's how bad it was. But my work's not air conditioned. So I had to work in that shit.
That's fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, welcome, Sue Finelli.
What we'd love to have air conditioning, the city would never approve it because it's a heritage building and they don't want us to mess with structure.
Yeah.
And store air conditioning would be cutting a big hole in the damn building.
Yeah, if you guys didn't notice, I did put the link out there for anybody that would like to join us.
I know. Somebody someday. I gotta go mute myself to make dinner and eat dinner, and I'm definitely not doing a mukbang. So
I missed. What do you have for dinner?
Breaded pork cutlets with cream mushroom soup sauce, baked in the oven until yummy, and then yellow potatoes, broccoli, and carrots.
That sounds really good. That sounds awesome. You sound like a good cook. Why do we never get to see the finishing touches?
Because I don't like people who take pictures of their food and post them online, and I don't want to be one of those people. They annoy me.
That's a good point.
I'm one of those people that when I see them taking the picture, I fight the urge to mush their food.
Yeah, I did that twice, and I felt like a fucking giggling.
I'm like, I've taken pictures to send them to my kid and whatever, but I don't want to post them online. And like, nobody really cares what I'm eating. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
It's just like when everybody got Facebook, and then they'd be like, "Be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom." I'm like, nobody wants to know you're going to the bathroom.
I was just I was just taking a picture of my ramen noodles to put it online to show how poor I was.
Yeah,
Not because it was something spectacular.
yeah. It's like, look what I have to eat. I did that for many years because I was working at Walmart. I actually worked for
You know
those
what?
shit.
Yeah, I look real like I'm gonna die of malnutrition any day, don't I?
Well, that's exactly what that kind of food does. You notice the unhealthy foods are the foods you can afford. You can afford pop because pop is cheaper than water,
Yeah, yeah,
which
and
is stupid because it
it
takes
kind
10
of
times the
sucks
amount of
that
water to make pop.
we pay for our fucking water. That sucks when really you can't trust what you're buying, and you can't trust what you're drinking out of the fucking
Nobody listened when I shared the link when they lobbied to make water a non-essential service thing so that they could buy the water, and nobody cared. And I'm going, do you guys know what's going on? And then
Yeah,
they get it now for like 5 cents for like 1,000,000 liters or something like that. Like,
I heard about that. Yeah, that's
I'm like,
fucking
they didn't even make money off it. Like, are you kidding? Like,
yeah.
I get that they wanted to be greedy, but the corporation is sure greedy, and then they didn't even do what they should have. I suggested that they maybe put in a filtration system for Flint, Michigan, if they're going to be such greedy assholes, and at least give them clean drinking water, because at least that would make them look good, right? Like, I don't understand why Nestle didn't do that. That would have made their name look a little better, but no, they wanted to be evil to the core, I guess.
Paying for what creator made for free is a crime against the children
Well,
of God.
that's what
Totally.
humans do all the way around. Humans are the only creatures on planet Earth that are paying to exist. Everything else
Yeah,
is smarter than us. We are the dumbest creatures on the planet by that logic.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which I giggle about all the time when everybody talks about how smart we are and how superior we are. I'm like, really? We're the only ones paying to live here. Everybody else just can.
Yeah, exactly. Crunchy B says, y'all remember Pepsi Blue? I don't remember. They have so many fucking different ones. I don't even know what's up and what's down anymore. But no, I don't remember Pepsi Blue.
Oh, it's just,
Crunchy
yeah, it's
sound.
so ever changing for me now that it just, nothing surprises me when I see it change like before my eyes, even. And that doesn't shock me
Yeah.
because I know it's
Yeah.
happening.
Crunchy B blast from the past is always a good soul experience.
Let's go check on dinner.
Crunchy sounds familiar. I just saw it in stores. It's been 20 years. It's like I'm a teenager again. Huh, that's cool. Hey, welcome, Sharky, the famous Sharky Kong from.
Hey, Turkey.
Oh,
Hey, Carrie, how y'all doing?
good. How you doing? We're waiting for you to pop in there. There you are.
Oh,
There you
can
are.
you see me now? Can you
Yep,
hear
I
me
can
now?
see you now.
Can you see me now? Yeah,
Yep. You're not just a black spot.
good.
Hey, can I tell you?
I'm
I
only
gotta
a
talk to you first.
fly on the wall. Yeah,
I gotta talk to you. I gotta shout you out. I gotta put everything on the level here with you, Sharky.
man. Yeah,
Now I don't want to do it.
wine and beer don't mix with me. I'm out of wine, so I'm not
Hold
gonna
on now.
go
I gotta talk to you.
weird.
I gotta talk to you serious talk here.
Okay.
Now I don't want to. I'm not trying to be a snitch about this, but I think you should know that it came across my TikTok yesterday that
You're on TikTok?
yeah, your video of you dancing, what's his face put you on there on his TikTok.
On TikTok?
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
Are you fucking serious? Oh, Gypsy?
Gypsy Road put you on his TikTok page.
No, I don't care. I like Gypsy. I think that's funny. I don't what, so what's going on with fucking, yeah, it is, you know, I made my dancing videos, and so that is to make people feel happy. So that's the good thing. Yeah. So are you
Okay.
fucking, I'm on TikTok. Are you fucking serious?
Well,
Oh my God.
I thought you should know that
I didn't know. I did not know.
using your videos,
You're famous.
you know, I don't
Oh my
know.
God.
I wouldn't want somebody making. I wouldn't want somebody making their show up of like just my TikTok videos, you know.
Yeah. I don't know,
But
man. I haven't saw it. You're the first person to tell me this shit.
but
I
there
don't.
is a
It's just fine. You know, everything I throw out there, I've always said anybody use for whatever. It doesn't bother me. It's my journey. So I'm not making any money. I don't fucking give a shit. It's my, you know, my thing for my son to watch later on when I'm, you know.
that's pretty
So
much what I got. That's pretty much what I'm hoping for is that these will all be saved for my kids, you know, to
hmm
really take a look at what I'm all about, you
Oh
know.
yeah, it's a brilliant thing. They showed it back, and that's when I first started my thing. If you ever, Cammy, did you see the movie? It was a real girl flick or chick flick. But did you ever see
Maybe not then.
who who was it? It's called My Life. The movie was called My Life back when video cameras were like, you know, this, you know, and
Don't
you
think so, no.
recorded, and the dude had cancer, and so he recorded because he was going to die before the baby was born. So he
No, it sounds like one I
went
probably would
to
watch.
saying, "Hey, I'm your daddy, you know, and this is how I am, so you can watch me later." And that's how I've looked at this shit all
The
along.
storyline sounds familiar, but I think it's probably because somebody copied it off that.
Yeah, it's called My Life. This is whoo boy, it's a powerful one to watch. But it's back in the '90s or something, '80s or '90s. I think it's the '90s.
Yeah, no, probably not then, because we just
Early
watched
'90s.
other shit back then and
Yeah.
had cable
No,
TV most of my life. And
I cannot believe. So what's going on with the TikTok thing there? I mean, what? How many people have watched that, Patty? I mean, good lord.
Well, there wasn't
not
very many.
I sadly don't have TikTok.
There wasn't very many at the time because I seen it pretty early on.
Oh,
So when
that's fine.
almost the same time that he posted it, it popped up in my thing, my feed.
Yeah.
Uh,
I do like I do like Gypsy, and you know, like anybody else, you know, I know, y'all don't, or like a lot of us, you know, some of us see eye to eye, some of us don't see eye to eye. But I do like Gypsy, Robert Wood, or Woods, whatever, you know. I mean, he is a total different version here to me. I really like listening to him here. The one I knew before, not so much. But the one I see here, I do enjoy listening to. He's still strange as ever, like the rest of us are. But yeah,
yeah, I mean, I liked the video. It made me laugh.
well, thanks. That's what I was trying to do. I was like, I was so drunk, and you know, I suffered 2 days later. 2 days. My shoulder hurt for 2 days, and my lower back on the left side it gave me trouble because I shouldn't be dancing like that at all. At all. But you know.
Yeah, I was afraid when I seen it. I was afraid you were gonna hurt yourself there because
Jesus Christ, I did. For 2
So-
days, I suffered and I was like, the next day, I was like, what the hell am I hurting for? And then I realized I made that video, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
hey, Society Rejects. So Elgo asked me to play it. So this is Gypsies.
Okay,
Gypsy
that's cool.
Road. And
Yeah,
there you are on his TikTok.
that's funny.
So I'm gonna play the video. What the hell are you on, Sharky? High on life?
Betty, nothing like watching a fat man dance, man. There ain't nothing like watching a fat man dance. Belly coming out and everything. You're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? But,
I like the feathers. That was a good touch.
Dude, like when I was twirling them, I grabbed 3. Look at that. Yeah, and when I twirled them, I grabbed 3 in each finger. When I twirled them, when I watched that before I put it on, the on the left side, one of the black and white feathers or whatnot was turning blue. And I was like, well, look at that fucking shit. That shit's turning actually blue while I'm spinning it. And I was so drunk, I sent that shit to everybody, man. I sent that shit to my aunt. I don't talk to a whole lot. I sent that to my uncle. I don't talk to a lot. I put it on fucking my damn Facebook, which I don't ever go on. The next day, I was like, but nobody sees the algorithms. Nobody sees my shit. So at least 8 hours later, you know, I was like, well, no views, and so I was able to delete it off Facebook. But it's still on there somewhere. But yeah, it's just a fun thing,
Hey,
you know, when you're having fun.
Can you and Kim talk for a second, or?
Oh yeah.
Talking. I'll be right back. I gotta grab some water.
You okay?
I loved your feathers. Feathers.
Yeah, I've got so many feathers. I've had people send me feathers and stuff.
I didn't have any until I went swimming the other day, and then the Canadian geese that we went to go visit gave me a whole bunch of them here.
Yeah, they're angel feathers. I call them angel feathers, you know.
Well, I watched them. They literally plucked them out for us and then left them. I was like, what?
I parked my. I've been to places, the oddest places, and I go to back up, and I have to stop my car and jump out and grab a feather. You know, at an auto store or some weird.
I'm waiting to go over.
It's like I'm like, oh, thank you, and then I call them angel feathers.
I'm waiting to go over to the island that's about 10 minutes offshore. It's a natural wildlife reserve, and it's got 150 pairs of bald eagles that are mating there. So I want to go there and get some feathers.
Remember when bald eagles were they were
rare and endangered, and we had a whole bunch up here, and because we have lots of trees and wildlife and salmon and shit, they became unendangered pretty quick.
Yeah,
we protected them. And
when I worked over there, literally over there at the fucking state park, literally over there, about fucking 2 miles to get to the lake. You know, and I was like, Jesus Christ. But I was living 45 minutes away when I worked there. So now I'm retired here, but I'm 10 minutes away from there.
Yeah.
And So, but back in like 90, oh Jesus, what was it? No, hold on. 90, hold on. I can't, I'm not good with numbers or years and shit like that.
Oh, I'm horrible.
Yeah, I
with
worked 7 years over there, then I went and worked 7 years over here, you know, and 7 years over there was with my one wife for life, her dad, then he died of cancer, and then 7 years over there was my own dad, and so that was a whole different fucking ballgame of experiences there. And yeah, but oh yeah. Wait, what was my point? We're talking about animals. A lot of stuff happened that year when I was out there, including the levee break in Louisiana. Was it Louisiana? Mardi Gras place.
I would have no idea.
But yeah, all those people came up and stayed in Arkansas at the state park there. A lot of them did, and a lot of them went to Texas. A lot of them went to Arkansas. They had to migrate for a bit or permanently. I don't know. But there was a lot of weird bugs I saw in back then, and then there was a lot of weird things I saw and going on through that time period. And all of a sudden I found out we had Eagle tours, and I was like, Eagle tours, and they're like, and you know, I'm talking with the MPs, not the MPs, but the game wardens, Barney Fibes of the cop world. You know, they oh man, if you ever want to be a police officer, you need to be a state park cop, because you know you've got free housing, you've got free electric, you've got fucking like us. You know, we would chop up the wood. They had fireplaces in their places. You had free water. You had free all this shit, free cable. All these things are free, and you're literally like the Barney Fife of the cop world. And I'm like, why the fuck would anybody want? Why would you want to be a state trooper when you could be, you know, a state park cop? That makes no sense. I mean, because all the cops in the regular world you see, and they're in you know, usually in little small places. But these dudes had everything paid for it, and they're just the jolliest of the jolliest. They're really helpful. They're really just like Barney Fife. It's like Mayberry out there. And I saw some here, you know, that popped up when my cousin was here. And the dude still remember me from fucking like so many years ago, you know. And I'm like, hey Brad, how you doing? You know, and he's like, oh man, hey. You know, and I was like, I had to tell him who the hell I was, but he already knew who I was
because
he knew my house and stuff, so he knew. But you know, of course, my looks don't show it. But on his computer, he knew who I was. And it's like, man, dude, how you fucking doing? How's your fucking family? How's this going? How's that going? You know.
Pat was wanting to look at dinner, so dinner.
Yeah, man.
There.
yeah. I got that kind of.
Yeah, they got to see. Nobody can say they didn't.
Huh?
I'm still here. I'm just not going to make y'all watch me eat.
Oh no! Well, you know what was that thing a few years back? Mukbang.
Mukbang. Yeah, I know.
Mukbang.
They
was like all
have it out. It's now like extremes, and it's bad.
And watch me smack my gum. You know. All right. Weird. Okay. Why not? I mean, what else am I doing here? Just watch everybody smack their gum.
What?
Everybody in the chat.
To watch people eat, I'd go sit in a restaurant and drink coffee.
Oh, that's the funniest thing. Have you ever done that?
I used to do that as a teenager, but not to actually just watch people eat. I was avoiding going home to my house, but
yeah, just go to the truck stops and just watch all the people come in and out, and get you some food and just sit there.
Entertaining or watching people. I got to do that, in the epitome of the 80s, which was the best. My entertainment that I loved was watching everybody try and hit on each other, mostly because they were all still, very scared of misinterpretations and stuff. And they all wore feathered long hair and acid wash jean jackets and jeans, and they were all stick skinny. So boys and girls looked the same from behind. So it was the most hilarious thing to watch. Just sit and people watch it.
Yeah.
That's one fashion statement I want to come back just because it was so entertaining the last time that please bring it back.
Yeah. Had to make sure my rice was off the burner, but it is. It's that minute rice.
And there were worse fashions than when they had long feathered hair and jean jackets and jeans. I mean, but it was just funny to watch them all hit on each other because half the time the person would spin around. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were."
Yeah.
And at 13, I found that quite entertaining at 13.
Yeah. And I'm a 73, so you don't have to say, but are you a,
Oh, I'm a 75.
Okay. I call it, my dad always said I was a 73 model, like I was a version of a car, so that's how I always said. Like, well, what are you? I'm a 73 model.
Yeah.
I
I was born the year Canada finally decided women were people and we could have bank accounts of our very own. I keep having to remind people that that's only been since 1975.
Well, women have always been superior to men as far as I'm concerned.
What kind of? I like that one little blurb where it says women multiply everything they're given. So if you give them groceries, they'll make you a meal. If you give them a house, they'll make you a home. If you give them sperm, they make you children. But if you give them shit, then holy hell, look out.
Well, that's why, never make the wife angry.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a bit hard for a man because you can only do, all I've had to do is come home from work and all of a sudden they are angry. And,
got everybody convinced that we should know what each other is thinking without speaking. And I keep telling everybody, guys don't think like girls. They're not going to know what you're thinking, and we're not going to know what they're thinking. So if we want to get along, try communication.
Yeah.
He's not going to know how you're feeling. You're not going to know what he's thinking.
Yeah, and try taking a break if you get an argument. Just like
90% of arguments, by the way, for any guys out there, if you're confused as to why you got in shit, if your girl is talking to you and then you come in at her with a solution, that is why you're in shit. She wanted emotional support, not a fix to the problem.
I went 2 entire weeks. My little boy running around in the trailer, and I would go to work. 3 hours to work. Basically, it was an hour and a half back, 10-hour day. And I would come home and I would sit there, and I would talk to my son, and I would totally not. 2 weeks went by. 2 whole weeks went by. That's how stubborn, my Irish, and I'm, evidently Scottish. So that's how that shit worked out around for me. And finally, after 2 fucking weeks, she's like, I think we need to talk. And I'm like,
is Pat stripping?
I would think so.
It's hot, man.
Do we need some music? Do I need to change the music and get us some good music if you're going to strip?
Bam,
I get down my tattoo.
What's that? Patty going porno?
If Dickie was here, he could cue up some music.
Going on my tattoos.
Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah. You got the 911s. You still got the 911s?
Yeah, the Twin Towers.
Yeah, and you got the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was obviously done before. Well, it was just a couple years after the towers came down. So they took the towers out of the Spider-Man movie. Remember them talking about taking the.
Oh yeah. They did that. Yeah.
So I put Spider-Man on my arm and put the towers back in the fucking movie. Oh boy, what's he gonna show us now?
Oh, this is mine. I get my arms and stuff
Oh, we
like
get
Is
more
it-
stuff.
anymore.
Is it a key to your heart, Cherokee?
It's for my last name. It's like a family crest that a lot of different ones designed. But my cousin had designed it, so we got the same one, and my cousin Michael got the same one based off his design. And but it does have my heart.
That's
I had him put a little red heart in there, and that was actually, I had to put it over my heart. So, but my birthmark is gone to this arm, and I talked about that a long time ago. I was like, what the fuck, I mean, I was in Tammy's all the time. I get help for it because it looks like a fucking hickey, and so in the Marine Corps I get help for it. And it wasn't ever on this arm, it was on this fucking arm. But when I got shifted here, it fucking like went whoop, over to this one. And so there's, whatever
Maybe you're a
fucking
clone.
thing is. Huh?
Maybe you're a clone.
I know. I mean, what the fuck am I? I don't know what the fuck I am.
On the lower arm is I'm a big Chicago Bears fan, so I put a bear in a Chicago Bear shirt, smashing the Green Bay Packer helmet because we that's our biggest rivals is the Wisconsin Green Bay Packers. Can't stand them. Can't stand the fans all around.
Can't stand you. Costanza, remember on the Seinfeld? Can't stand you.
Fans
Can't stand you.
because I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the fucking state of Wisconsin. Try being a Bears fan in the middle of Wisconsin.
Oh, I don't know sports.
I get shit all the time.
I watched a funny. I watched some Scottish guys, or a Scottish guy, and for some reason I looked up Scotland, with America, and I found this guy, and I liked him, and I was listening to him, and I ended up watching so many of his videos, he's made over the last few years, and before the lockdown he'd come over here, and that kind of thing. But what the fuck is my point? He said something funny. Shit, what was we just talking about? Tattoos, and we're talking about
football.
Football, yeah, and I don't know if it was him or somebody else, but they were talking about Arkansas and the Razorbacks. It wasn't him; it was somebody else I was watching. They're talking about Arkansas and the Razorbacks, and they're like, "Man, Arkansas and their Razorbacks is like, y'all haven't won shit in so fucking long." But it's like y'all are some dedicated motherfuckers, man. Like,
didn't they just win the title?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch anything. I couldn't tell you. I don't.
Yeah, I thought I could swear they just won the title, the Big Ten or some sort of title.
Well, maybe they did finally. Hopefully, I don't know. I just looking down and I see Texas Danny says, "Hey, I'll go all here." And what I was wanting to say, and I don't know if I've already told him, but when Father's Day happened, right, my dad come down, and there's a really shifty place up that shifted a few different times up my road. But with Texas talking about the way, and I can go out in my yard now, and I'm like, that shit. I was telling my cousin Mike the other day. I'm like, now you were here, right? Now look how fucking tall this shit is now. I mean, just look at the growth spurt in the last 2 months. And there's a place over there where there was a building, and there was a house, a building, and another building, right? And one building disappeared years ago, gone. But now, of course, nobody lives there now. But I can see the house, and I can hardly even see the roof of this building because the vegetation has went. But 2 weeks earlier when I drove through, I could still see the building. So it's extreme growth spurts, reality shift, whatever that has happened there. And I looked at it again the other day when 2 days ago when I went to town. When all that weird shit happened at Brookshires again. People getting in my way and weird fucking shit. But yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah, people are. I don't know. I'm feeling more and more anxiety about something, happening. I don't know. I just feel something is coming. We're due.
Oh yeah. I'm on the edge of the glass, and when if you're trying to do this, and you're on the edge, but then you're also trying to juggle cats like Steve Martin at the same time. So you're like this and this and juggling cats, and you got one leg up in the air.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to dance around. The shit's fixing to fucking hit the fan real fucking soon.
Yeah, and so many things are changing.
I mean, it's real soon. It is right around the fucking corner, man. And I think a lot of this magnetic shit with the magnetics and stuff like that. I don't think it's that. I think it's a body change. Because people are talking about it's in the meat, like if you buy chicken and shit. So your meat, and I think we are becoming more frequency based, which is more.
Yeah,
what
more.
I call magnets or frequencies, right? So
more
attract and repel. And I can't have people around me. I seem to repel them more, like where they used to be attracted and want to suck off your energy. It seems like I'm like, hey, come on over, but they just can't stay. They're fucking repelled.
Yeah.
My cousin Michael, that you met, that's what's happened here over the last fucking 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I mean, dude cannot stay here, and he's a totally different one that you got to meet, and I'm glad you got to meet the version of him that you did. It was a very unique experience for me as well.
What is he like? On the he can't really settle down. He's got to be on the go.
He's in a loop. He's in a loop.
Yeah.
And he is just in a loop, And I keep telling him that. I'm like and it's just in the loop is taking him down the drain. Literally taking him down the drain. It's a hard thing to watch, and I try to help, but I ain't going to go through. I mean, it won't happen because he won't stay here long enough anyhow. But yeah, love him, but it's a hard thing watching these things. When we see so much, and he saw so much, and I saw him go through, but I don't know who he is here. I really don't. When he comes over, he's like 5 minutes in the house, and then he's got to go outside and tinker with something on his truck or whatnot, and he stays out there, and then I'm finally like, Jesus Christ, where the hell you at? And then he tells me he's going to go get a part, and it's 2 days later, and then that kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's like, hello. I mean, normal kind of communication is out the window. And yeah.
I think that's why they've been messing with the language for so long and changing things so that communication is fucked. Sorry for swearing. But there's not accurate words to be able to describe what we need to anymore.
I just saw I go said something about fireworks, and what happened last night was very, very, very fucking odd, right? And Patty, you know how close I am to the lake, right? So on the 4th, they have the fireworks over the lake. I can see them from my house. I've done this shit for fucking 8, 9, 10, 12 years, right?
Yeah.
Now, every once in a year, there'll be bad weather on the 4th. So they'll do it. They've got all the fireworks. So they'll set them off on the 3rd, right? Now, I saw another guy talk about, I forget who it was. Who was it? Maybe it's Jason Maggard. Talk about fireworks on the 3rd in Boston or some shit. But now what happened last night, because today is the 4th, right? I mean, I know it's the 4th. What happened last night, which is weird, is, and I, at the time, I thought, well, maybe it's because people have stocked up on ammo and that kind of shit. But I had so much gunfire last night when it got dark. And I brought the dogs, and I brought, or the dogs, my dog, and the cats inside. And I come inside because I'm like, this shit sounded like it was close, and some, some of these, whatever, guns and stuff, whatever, are pretty fucking big, pretty fucking loud, louder than others and that kind of shit. So it's no big deal in Arkansas when hunting season comes around usually. But I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, And then I heard people throwing off fireworks and stuff like that. And, but there was so much gunfire around here. It was nuts. I'd never heard nothing like it. And, tonight has been silent. Nothing. Not one gun pop, nothing. So everybody in Arkansas, in my little bubble, celebrated the 4th on the 3rd. And there ain't shit happening today, and it's clear skies. And I'm like, well, that makes no sense, because it used to be if, there was cloudy, it was going to rain. Yeah, okay, so they move it up a day, and they would let everybody know, and everybody go out to the lake, on their party barges and shit like that, especially, and watch them from the island, shoot these things up. Because it was in the middle of a fucking lake. So, it's like, pooh, comes up, and there's this pump, it's going to land in the lake, ain't no fires. Totally, best kind of spot to put them. But, yeah, it was odd. I watched my cats. I was talking to a friend on the phone, and, the dogs and stuff like that, and, we're my dog, and the cats will react when they hear pops, but nothing. And I'm just talking away and kind of waiting for it, and nothing ever happened, So evidently it was a July the 3rd here in Arkansas for me in my little spot.
Maybe it was early morning on the 4th.
Way early, way early. Because you're talking like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, on the 3rd when it happened. So you're still like, it's still not midnight, but I mean, like, okay. Hold on, I gotta use the bathroom. Sorry, let me pause.
Mandela effect. Danny says algorithm, a strange mix of healthy, vibrant, lush, excessively growing life mixed with 10% dead band spread out. Something was off on the timing, Dan said. Algo, interesting, Danny. Yeah, we have birds making nests now, and that should have been 2 months ago.
Ours are on their second set. They did the nesting and now they're nesting again.
Mm.
I have no idea why. I feed the birds, so they live right over there.
I think we're gonna have an early winter.
I think we're gonna have a hard winter. I don't know if it'll be early or late or everything's off though, so it's hard to predict what's gonna happen. The sun's not doing the right place in the sky, and summer came a month early, and we didn't get our spring rain, and so it's really hard to predict anything really.
You ever, well, y'all probably do know, but have y'all ever watched Jay Dreamers? I was turned on to him back in like 2017 by Alice in Mandela Land, where she's not with us anymore. But I've watched him off and on, but he does talk a lot about his own points of view.
Oh, it's like a racehorse pretty soon.
And with the he calls it the plasma apocalypse and truth in movies kind of thing, and he's got a lot of knowledge in there. He talks about that seems to make sense in a lot of ways to me. But I don't know if anybody y'all know of him. But he is a really interesting channel to go back and look at his videos and stuff like that.
By name, no, but the subject matter sounds it's like something I've looked into a little bit.
Yeah. It's
So I might have stumbled across a video and just haven't delved into it yet.
Yeah,
That happens a lot because I work a lot.
Yeah,
It's not like
take the tidbits here and there and then apply them to whatever the hell you're observing and go from there and stuff. So, but yeah, it's like this movie Love and Monsters shows parts of the things he's talked about in there.
I think a lot of our movies show us just glimmer pieces of little bits, and sadly, unless we know which bits to put together, we won't know what's going on.
Yeah,
totally.
I think there's little bits everywhere because I see little bits of Elysium coming true and little bits of Total Recall, little bits of I honestly think we're going to end up with a Skynet. Thanks to Elon Musk.
Totally, yeah. So
I wasn't thinking it was going to happen until Elon started shooting all those things up there, and I went, "I'll be damned, he's putting up Skynet."
Well, that's a weird thing, you know. I think he's smoke and mirrors. I mean, I know the whole fucking car in space is smoke and mirrors.
Well, I don't think it's where they are telling us. I see something moving across the sky as we speak. My phone wouldn't pick it up for you though, but I see it. Bright light.
Well, yeah, I've saw so much.
I see like 5 or 6 of those things just going in different directions every night. I pointed them out to people if they're walking by, but nobody ever really cares, right?
What I saw here in Arkansas.
What are you seeing?
What I saw, my cousin Michael was here, right? And this is about a month and a half ago, I guess. Now, he was outside, right? I don't know, what it was 11:30 at night. He come in here and was like, "Reese, come over here and tell me what if you see this." And I'm like, "Okay." And I went out there and I looked up and I'm like, "What the flying fuck is that shit?" And all I could say, the sky was totally clear, no clouds, right? Did I tell you about this before?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now a section of the sky, you say, I'm trying to do my hands in if this was the entire sky, right? The section was there and there were these dots and it looked like Morse code coming out. They looked like stars, right? They would fade in, come all the way over here and fade out before they reach the end of the sky. Now, I called Sunny, and she's like, that's supposed to be Elon Musk's satellite shit. But she pulled it up and sent me pictures, and she's like, show me where it was supposed to be. And it was supposed to be off the coast of fucking Florida. So how the fuck am I seeing that shit here in Arkansas when it's supposed to be way off the coast of fucking Florida that night? And I'm like, well, that right there, I don't care what anybody says, that tells me that he's just totally fucking, again, full of fucking shit and claiming something that's happening as his own when it's not even that, because I should not be able to see that shit here. And it was the freakiest fucking thing I've ever seen. And it was popping out, and it looked damn like Morse code to me. Huh?
How many of those do you think he has up there? Because it numbers in the many of thousands right now.
I had to saw it happened for 2 minutes when I was after with Mike. Mike came in here to try to get my son. Then they faded away and stopped. And then by the time Mike was coming back out of the house in less than a minute, they started back up. And I would say I saw...
Yeah, that's not what you saw, but
like 80 of these lights all in a row, but they were spaced out and looked like fucking Morse code. It was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. So
I think he's got shit up there, but to my understanding, I would think it's lining the dome. That thing they can't get through. I think he's trying to help them get through. I think that's why he needs that. Many thousands up there. And I think they're going to go boom. I think that's what they're going to try and do anyway. That's my theory on it at a certain point. Because it's cracked already. They said it's cracked. It has millions of cracks in it. But it's not breaking. So I think they're trying to set off a big one. Which will be fine because that describes the fire raining from the sky that we've read about. So we know it's coming.
What if like everything's already happened and we're getting so close to it that we're seeing we're starting to see the aftermath. You know, the beginning of not the end of the world, but just the beginning of the fall of everything. You know.
Well, we kind of are because we're watching them panic as we speak. You can tell by everything they're pushing through and so hard they're pushing. They're panicking. So we are witnessing that.
Right.
We are here to witness the glory of our win. So we should all be reveling in that.
If I was out of pain, I could revel in it.
The pain is there to try and get you. It's a last-ditch effort. All the pain and suffering is just to your corporeal being, not to your internal soul being. So nothing they can do is truly going to hurt you, no matter how much physical pain they put you through. The essence of you is still you. They can't mess with that.
Hey, I guarantee you, I pierced my own nipples. In the Marine Corps, and that's the weirdest thing, you know, because you got to get your nipple on the table, right? And then you got to take the fucking needle, and then you got to have something over the needle so you can push it, right? So it don't go into your thumb. But then you push it in, and then you're like, okay. And then you're like, that hurt. And then you push it in a little bit more, and you're like, okay, that hurt. And you push it a little bit more, and you're like, that hurt. But by the time you're done, you know what happens? Your nipple's stuck in the fucking table, and you're trying to pull your fucking chest out because...
Why would I put my nipple in a table? That's my first question.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you know, then you have the hole, and those holes are still there. You know, I mean, I just put brings him. Anyhow, it looked a bit too weird when I did both of them, but you know, I had to go to the dots
Okay,
and
my
stuff.
question is, after you got your first nipple stuck, why would you stick another nipple in the other hole?
Because I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. I was like, well, maybe the other one looked, And then so I went around with two nipple rings and loops
That's
and
again where
my
women just don't think
tattoo
like
back
men.
in,
We would have never stuck our nipple in a hole.
and just
That
like
sounds true.
it didn't look right, so. But yeah, every time I go to the damn hospital, Marines can't have piercings, so I take it out, and then next thing you know, you're trying to put it back in, and the hole doesn't line up, because you did it yourself. But yeah, those holes are still there. They don't ever close
It
up.
happens when you pierce your own ears too.
And my nipples went from being like that big to like that big back in the day, and I'm like, holy cow, I got eraser nipples now. So whatever, it was a nutty time, back in the 90s. So like, what the fuck? And like, how
You
the
never
hell
know
does
what
that
we're going
work?
to talk about on Pat's channel. We're talking about nipples.
Yeah.
We're going to get them banned yet.
Hey man, well, nipples, piercings, fucking tattoos, Jesus Christ, it ain't like
Sorry,
nothing,
Pat.
Sorry.
Hey, Brenda,
I gotta flip my chicken in the thing. Like.
See, my problem, I grew up around too many boys, so I know exactly how to ask the questions that'll bring out the best stories. Like, why would you stick your second nipple in there? I wanted to hear the rest of that story.
I couldn't go through it with my own nipple.
Rick had to jump in to get his
You'd be amazed. Hi, Rick.
Hello.
Pain for me is something on a different level. Like, it took me forever to convince the hospital I was in labor because I wasn't reacting like a woman in labor. I did go to the hospital when I spilled baking grease all over my foot.
So you are a machine. You are a machine.
No. I definitely hurt. I was definitely, everybody around could tell, but I knew I wasn't going to get the right treatment at the hospital here. So instead, I went on the website to the Mayo Burn Specialist Clinic, and I read what they would do for a burn, which was completely different from what our hospital would do for a burn. And so I followed their advice, and it worked really well. You can't tell I have a burn on my foot.
Yeah.
But everybody at work thought I was nuts because the next day I went to work and they were like, what are you doing here with a big giant? Like, my blister was probably that tall off my foot, all over my foot, between the toes. Like, I had to doctor a flip-flop with duct tape and make a double-sided thingy wrapped around the ankle just to hold the thing on there. It was bad. But I went to work. I've been to work not being able to move half my body.
Yeah.
That happened in 5 days.
Did you do a half a job?
No, I did my whole job, which really confused people. I was still running the cash register and stocking things and packing bags, and they were like, what the frack?
Oh my God, Cammy, right now it almost looks like there's a guy looking over you. Like a guy frowning, looking over you, the background of your wall or whatever you got behind you. Yeah, right there. It looked like a guy with like frowning on him.
That is
really weird.
That is my special tomato plant.
Okay. Is it growing upside down?
No, but he has had his first trim because otherwise he was going to outgrow the greenhouse, and we already raised it once, so we had to shorten him and let him bush it.
Good night, Algo.
Night, Algo.
Good night, Algo. Thank you for the link.
My other tomato plant is over there, growing in a cage. He's got a tomato about this big already.
Look, can anybody see Cammy? Stay right where you're at. Can anybody see that face, like over her? It would be her left shoulder. or her right shoulder. I'm sorry. You see it? It looks like a nose. A nose would be right up above her head, and right by her ear, you got a frown,
Yeah,
and the chin is in
yeah,
white. You see it? You see that?
yeah,
It looks like a
yeah.
guy looking down on her. It's so
It's
freaky.
probably the bow tie here and all of the metal.
Well, that's his like frown that he's frowning.
And then up here
And
is the
whatever
top
that
of the
black
black.
is, it's like his hair. The black stuff on top of it. What's that black stuff on top of it?
That's the green lining of the outside of the greenhouse plastic that's on the inside.
Okay,
I've
yeah,
wrapped it
that's
in a
like his
sheet
hair. That's like his
frosted
hairline and stuff.
so the sun's not directly on him.
That's really wild,
But
man.
the
That's
one for
freaky.
her, we want it to be a her.
Okay, or her or him, whatever. It's a, it's
Yeah.
a, it.
If it's
Yeah,
a him, that's sad.
yeah.
The waste of a
Okay.
good growing season.
That's really weird, man. It's freaking me out.
But the heat wave actually like toasted 6 leaves on them. So I'm hoping it didn't switch the genders.
Hey, Trev, what's up?
A heat wave. Yeah. Why do we get heat waves in the summer? I wonder.
Because they've been spraying the sky for 30 years and it's finally catching up to us.
What?
They
So
did
we
say it
didn't
was gonna
have
take
hot
a
summers
while.
30 years
They also
ago?
said we didn't have the heat waves we're having now, not like they are now. Usually it took a volcano going off to create a layer to hold everything in. And they're creating that now artificially to block
Yeah.
the sun and calling it solar remediation.
Yeah, I know. Harvard University.
Hmm.
Dr. Keith. David Keith.
And every time somebody tells me that's a joke, I send them the 10 websites here for my province that will see the sky to make it rain for you.
You also have a horse's head behind you, right above your head. It's a horse head.
Oh, I see it.
Horse head. Yeah.
Like a Roman horse.
There's the ears.
Like, you know, the
My legs are kind of creating a halo.
Mohawk. The Mohawk.
Go like this.
Short-eared Mohawk
And-
horse.
The face is right here. Here's an eye. Here's another eye. Here's a nose. Get your
Where are
arm
you
out here.
pointing, Pat? You can't. We can't see where you're pointing.
Oh, you can't see my pointer?
No.
Not on the
No.
screen.
No,
We
but
can see
Tammy's full screen, but I can see her and the horse behind
Right,
her.
we can see Cammy, but we can't see where you're pointing, Pat.
It looks like
Oh,
it's got
okay.
wings too. The wings are down by the side of the horse. And you can see
Yeah.
the butt and little tail coming up, little pigtail kind of thing.
Cammy, move your head a little bit to the
Butt of
right.
horse. And it's got all the straps on the
Cammy,
horse. right there.
Your other right. Your other
No,
right.
no. To your right, your whole body, move it all to about.
I'm in a chair that's this big. I can't move my whole body very much.
Right there, stop. Go back. Go back the other way to your right. More.
That is the right, Pat.
More. I know, shut up. More. More. Stop right there. Now the eyeball's right by her eye. Go right straight behind her eye. There's an eyeball. Straight across is another eye that it's black. It droops down a little bit like an eyelash.
It's a
Eyeshadow.
crystallized horse.
And then the nose is right smack in the middle of the shirt there.
I had my
You guys-
hair up swimming and ended up sticking all the feathers in my hair, so I probably looked weird swimming back to shore. I didn't have any other place to stick them, so I just stuck them all there as I was collecting them.
I still want to know what that guy's looking at over you.
What, the horse?
No, the guy.
All I can see is the horse now, which I didn't.
Man,
I
that
was
guy
doing
is
stuff ago,
looking
but
straight down on her. How can you not see him?
I see him. There's a guy
My
that's
protector.
there's a guy facing straight at us, and then there's another guy facing out the window.
Yeah, looking down on her. That's the guy I've been seeing.
Yeah,
The
he's
guy-
got a big nose.
Yeah, right over her head.
Yeah.
Kim,
You're
you
probably
need to
kidding
throw a
me.
blanket up or something.
I'm outside. I'm outside.
You have
See,
no
I'm in the
blankets
inside of my
outside?
house. No, I don't have blankets outside.
Oh, oh man, I gotta
It's
deal with this.
quite warm. I'm still like just in a t-shirt.
Oh yeah, it's warm here. So although it was raining like the last 2 days here.
Oh, we would kill for some rain right now, and not for at least another week. The poor
Uh, we
trees. I
we
feel
we
so
we
bad.
had
when
we
trees
had a
are-
heat. We had like real bad heat Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Oh no, Wednesday it started breaking. Yeah, and yesterday was cool, and today was really cool.
Man, do you remember when Wednesday went to Wednesday? And I'm like, what the fuck? I was a kid. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't spell Wednesday. And all of a sudden you realize you're spelling it wrong. It was
Spelling has been horrible for me all of my life, and I think
Wednesday.
I'm
And I'm like, how the fuck did I make
Yeah,
it through
you're
fifth grade?
talking
You
to
know?
somebody. I can't
And then I
spell
come to
to
realize
save
the
my
Mandela
ass.
effect has
Hey,
been flopping the
man,
words around forever.
I can't spell shit here. Everything I used to spell,
SHIT.
I'm a bad, like, throw double letters in there, or throw a fucking weird letter in there. You
What
know,
I
I
use
mean,
my phone for. It's the only time Google is useful is when I need to spell something for this whatever place I'm existing in to make a sign. Then I
oh
ask
shit,
people how to spell it because I won't know how to spell it.
yeah, that shit pisses me off. I've been fighting with that shit for
The
fucking
word
years. I
zucchini
try
has
to write
changed
right. I'm
so
like, no, I'm
much.
spelling it right. You're wrong. I know I'm spelling it right. You know, no, like, no, just whatever. You
The
know.
word zucchini has changed at least 3 times in the last
Symphony?
4 years.
Symphony?
Zucchini.
Oh,
I
zucchini.
work in a grocery store, so I have to make signs all the time
Really?
by hand. And
Right.
the spelling of zucchini has had two
UCHINI.
T's in it. It's had 2 H's in it.
Oh, listen,
Then 2 N's.
did anybody see JD Frog tonight, his Bible prophecies? Well, yesterday anyway.
No.
No, no, that's the pastor that Tommy watches. Tommy told the truth. All
Yeah,
right,
I'm subscribed to him. I just didn't watch it.
all right. Well, today, he doesn't do the whole thing on YouTube. He starts it out on YouTube, but when he starts to talk serious, he tells everybody to go to his website because he'll stop it on YouTube because of the censorship. And when he's
Right.
going to be censored, he knows it, so he goes, you know, he only says somewhat on the YouTube. But today he announced that he has an autopsy on the first person that died, that got the vaccine that died. All right, this guy got the vaccine and died, and this is the first official autopsy on a body that had a vaccine and that died. And what they found in this body, the cells die of an overdose, basically, of mRNA.
Oh wow.
Yes. So basically, the mRNA, the protein that it pushes out, killed the cells. Well, every cell in this guy's body was over protein. It was
Now
over.
we can't prove that on here, so we're not giving out any medical information.
No, we're not. And you
It's
follow
not.
the CDC guidelines, but this guy that did the autopsy is a real gentleman that does the autopsy, and he put out what he found. So if they have a problem
We're,
with anything, go find this guy that did the autopsy over in the UK.
That's what like
Sorry.
video I posted on Twitter today, which is one of the few things I use it for.
But yeah,
Was
if
the
you're
two-
interested, go to jdfrog.org and he talks about that. So, check
two
out.
different well-spoken pro-vax people that ended up having very bad reactions to said jab got to speak out and explain all of the different
Oh,
things.
did you see that little girl? Did you see a little girl from Wisconsin, from my home state here?
I think that might have been one. She doesn't speak really anymore. Her mom speaks for her because she's in a wheelchair. She's got a feeding
Yeah.
tube. She has
Yeah,
so many, and she was normal beforehand.
yeah, that's so
And
sad.
then the other one was a pediatric child's dental person. So another
Why would
person,
you
a medical
allow?
professional. She was, well, they were,
I don't
everybody in
want
the family is pro, and everybody signed up to be like the test, whatever. But what they were complaining about was they're still pro, which is to me confusing. But they're mad because they're not using them to actually study what went wrong, even to find out what's going on. They just wrote it off as a psychological condition, and now they're calling it a neurological condition, but they're not associating it with getting it. And so they're not learning anything from it, even though they were a part of the test study. They're not actually testing on the test study. And so she brought that to the attention, because if they're not doing that, they're never going to get better at this.
Well,
That means
first
they're not
of all,
working at all.
they still have yet to separate to
Genetically,
isolate
Yeah.
isolate it.
well, they
It's
only
been over a
just
year and they
got
haven't
the human
isolated
process.
this thing yet. That makes no sense.
Right.
And the reason they haven't isolated it is because they already had the cure for it.
Kind of.
Because,
I think
well,
that
Mr.
that's a
No,
completely
it
different
was
agenda.
because if you remember Bill Gates, sorry, Mr. whoever he is, Farmland or
Wait a second. The cure for what?
What's this?
I said, wait a second. The cure for what?
The so-called epidemic.
The common cold.
But see, that's the thing. He does have a cure because he has a patent on it, and to have a
A
patent
cure for
on it,
what, though?
for coronavirus, for COVID, a cure for COVID, and it was out before it came out. He had the cure. That's why, it's a Hegelian dialect, problem, reaction, solution. This, whatever they have, whatever they want to are shooting into people, they had before they came out with this. The whole hyper speed or whatever, that's all bullshit.
Right. They've been showing movies.
Show.
They've been showing movies like this for a very long time,
Right.
getting the public ready for this shit.
Yeah. They've been programming us for 20 years for it. Because if you remember, it started back in 2001 or 2000, actually.
Actually, it started back in the 60s.
Right.
The zombie.
That's true. Yeah, with polio. With polio in the 50s.
No, I'm talking about the propaganda as far as zombie movies and shit like that.
Zombies. Yeah. No, but I was talking virus movies. Because virus movies, that's when they started back in like 2000.
Man, that fucking one back in 93, 91, 92, 93 with the fucking monkey. That shit fucked me up, man. I watched that shit in the damn Marine. No, not Contagion. That's fucking pussified compared to that other movie.
That was another movie.
Dustin Hoffman in it. And I watched that shit in the Marine Corps, and like at my friend's house, huh?
The 12 Monkeys.
For what it
Well,
was.
12 Monkeys, I never understood, but I understand it a lot more now. But back then, when I was like 22 or whatnot, I watched this fucking movie. It had a fucking monkey in it, and it was horrifying, and I was like, "Oh my god," and I watched that shit. And
Crunchy, is that the one where the monkey takes care of the guy?
Yeah, there's a monkey kind of takes,
and he kills the guy at the end, right?
I don't know watch that shit.
Or he ends up torturing them very much, right?
No,
Like the monkey.
this was a little bitty monkey, and a little kid kind of came close to it at one point, but everybody was fucking like dying and like decaying like a motherfucker, like turning to goo, you know, decaying like you're turning to goo, and it was fucking grody. And so I was in my friend's house watching it with, you know, my friend and his wife, and we were all in the Marine Corps, you know. So, of course, the wife wasn't in the Marine Corps, but you know, it was his wife. He was on base housing. But by the time that shit was over, we were scared to touch anything. It horrified us that much, you know. He's like, Jesus Christ, I have to watch that shit. I felt totally safe before I watched that shit. Now I watch that shit like, fuck me, man. I mean, like toilet paper my ass, you know. Get this guy some Pepto fucking Bismol, you know, like on Aliens and shit, you know, or Spaceballs, you know.
Hey, I hate to cut this short tonight, but I gotta get up in like 2.5 hours. So,
Oh no.
unfortunately, I got late.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna cut out. I'm getting tired myself, so it's perfect timing. Thanks for having me on, and you know,
yeah,
God
I'll
bless
probably
everybody.
see you guys. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know. I don't know when my script ends with StreamYard, so I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to come on until like it's over with, and then I start a new like month. I'm not sure what it is because I not being able to afford to pay for all the extra hours.
Oh,
I just can't afford it. What?
Okay, so something important to say. I heard it last night on Curiousers. Sandy Diva is going through a very, very, very hard time. Okay, and I think maybe Brian McFarland, whichever version, but I think maybe he was going to show some stuff on how to get a thing on his channel today on how to donate. I don't have money to donate, but I did want to put that out there for anybody that knows Sandy Diva, and I like her a lot, you know, but she's kind of like the rest of us. She's like, I don't want to talk about it for now, and it was very heartbreaking to watch last night, but she's going through some shit. And so if anybody can fucking is able to or wants to go over there, I just want to throw that out there.
Lily? Yeah. Right over
have
here.
to, I don't have any links or anything like that, but
Well, I'll come on tomorrow. We'll be better prepared.
Get the crap out of
chair, and I just felt some kind of movement. I reached down to protect myself. His hair, I fucking took right off his hair, man.
Here come looking for their cat.
What's going on?
I don't know. But I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. God bless. I love you so much. Peace and love.
Yeah, Rick would see you later, Rick. He was kind of talking over you. I didn't hear what you said. What's going on over there?
Oh, my neighbor's cat came for a visit, and they came over looking for him.
Oh,
she's an cat, so
I thought you had a pet bird talking there for a second.
No.
Yeah,
no, but it was funny when the cat came over. It startled my roommate, and he screamed. So somebody might have heard that in the background. That was funny.
So
wait for my kittens. I'm so excited. I'm getting kittens.
Welcome, dearest Dawn, and welcome, Raleigh. Sorry, but we are taking off for the night. I gotta get a couple hours of sleep.
Yes, you gotta sleep. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Turkey, well, you don't have to sleep if you don't want to, because you don't have work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. But I still have to get up.
To him, he can sleep if he wants to.
I still have to go to Wausau, the next town over at we leave here about 4 o'clock or so in the morning. 4:50.
Yeah, you go to bed.
Yeah. So you guys have a good night. Sharky, don't drink too much. And
Bye, everybody.
bye, Cammy. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully we'll get you guys on tomorrow night, and we'll continue our talk.
Yeah, love y'all.
All right,
Thank you,
Love
Patty.
ya.
Love you, brother.
Love you, brother.